Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Prokofiev is back on Vox, Slatkin's excellent Prokofiev theatrical and movie music stuff. And we have here Alexander Nevsky and Lieutenant Kijé. Now, these are very good performances. I mean, we've known them for a million years in their little Vox box incarnation. They're well sung, wonderfully played. Slatkin was really good at this Russian stuff. I mean, it's not as brilliant and punchy as, for example, Claudio Abbato's recording, which is my favorite for Nevsky, but it's really, really well done, all things considered. And, you know, back in the day, when we were all collecting budget things that we could afford, this was like a major release because this was not the usual stuff. Those other recordings were a bit in the future. A lot of them were. I mean, Reiner did it, of course, but he did it in English. And to have a nice Russian version from St. Louis was like really cool. And some of these pieces were kind of novel. And Slatkin made them novel by including the vocal parts for Lieutenant Kijé. Now, I hate the vocal parts for Lieutenant Kijé because the words are meaningless and I don't think they add anything, actually. I've had discussions with other people and others of you who disagree with me. You know, the vocal parts are for solo bass and they're for a couple of the inner numbers, and the most notably the troika, which has just the dumbest words. I don't know. It's like, a woman's like a doorknob, brown and round and bright. You shine her up and she gleams. When you turn her loud, she sings like a hinge. And if you keep it up, she screams. And that's me. I mean, obviously, the words are not that stupid. Or are they? Oh, look. Let's just see, shall we? Because we have them here in the booklet, which is very nice of them. Let's see. A woman's heart is like an inn. Guests from all the world, from morning to eve, someone comes, someone goes. From morning until eve, someone comes, someone goes, someone comes, someone goes, someone comes, someone goes. From morning until eve, a woman's heart is like an inn. Well, I'll take my doorknob any day. Yeah. So, okay. But that's not the point, is it? We don't care. What we care about is the fact that we have Arnold Voukaitis bass singing quite well in the Kijé suite. I mean, he really does. And the other vocal bits are maybe a little more tolerable. And it's a matter of personal choice, of course. It really is. So you take your pick. If you want it with the voice parts, this is a very, very, very good choice. It really is, because the performance itself is just marvelous. Now, for Nevsky, let's talk about Nevsky a bit more, because I said it's not as good as, but what are its multiple benefits? First of all, gorgeous recorded sound, naturally balanced recorded sound by Mark Obort and Joanna Nekrenz, who I talk about all the time, but two of the great producers in the history of classical music. I mean, the chorus is right there, the orchestra is there, the percussion. Oh, the percussion is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. You hear those cymbals and tam-tams going off. The battle on the ice is really exciting. I mean, he really revs it up. I really like also Slatkin's handling of the more intimate moments, like The Field of the Dead, which is a nicely sung, The Lament by Claudine Carlson, mezzo-soprano. And also the second movement, the song about Nevsky, it steals in very beautifully, almost gently, initially at least. Slatkin's not in a rush. There's atmosphere here, and he takes the piece seriously. It's not just, agitprop screaming. I mean, the emotion, of course, is really there. And fortunately, it's sung in Russian, which is always very good because you don't want to hear it in English. It's like the Crusaders come in singing in Latin, remember? Peregrinus expectavi, pedes meos in gimbalis. You don't want that translated. You really don't. It's not kill the Russians, kill the Russians, kill the Russians, kill the Russians. No, it's not like that. Or the Russians are doing the opposite, right? Right? Kill the Crusaders, save Mother Russia. It's much better in its original language. And especially good if you don't understand any of the words in any language. I'm being facetious, of course, but there's something to be said for that, for some of these things, quite frankly. because they're not inspiring, poetically speaking. And I just really enjoy the music. I just love this music. The music is so wonderful. And to have voices behind it is wonderful too, as long as you don't think too closely about what they might be singing about. Anyway, this is a wonderful new release. It's beautifully remastered. The sound is lovely, absolutely lovely. I enjoyed the performances. Even though I can't stand the vocal parts in Lieutenant Kijé, I still enjoy the performances, and that's saying a lot. So if you're into this sort of thing, and you've been collecting these Vox reissues, especially from St. Louis, you should grab this. I mean, you'll really have a good time. It's just fun. It's just good, clean, healthy fun. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.